want to transition for a moment to the death of Frank Lautenberg. He was a senator from the great state of New Jersey, and I'm, of course, from New Jersey, so it's especially resonant to me. He was a guy who was serving since 1982. Amazing amount of time, of course, just over 30 years in the United States Senate. One of the longest serving senators, but he was also the oldest sitting senator. The last World War II veteran in the United States Senate, and a great champion for infrastructure for the state of New Jersey and the entire New York metropolitan area. Of course, anyone who goes on Amtrak or takes a bus knows that when they see the New Jersey Transit Station in Secaucus, New Jersey at the interchange from all those commuter trains coming in from New York City, that it's the Frank R. Lautenberg Station in Secaucus, New Jersey, and that will ever be a monument to Lautenberg. Of course, something that won't be a monument is the new expanded train tunnel that was planned back in 2009 and 10 that Chris Christie vetoed to provide matching funds from the state of New Jersey. And that would have been one of Frank Lautenberg's great legacies, and it's one of the reasons that he despised Chris Christie so much. It's a reminder for liberals that Chris Christie is not a friend. But Frank Lautenberg's compelling personal story stands out because he's the son of poor Jewish immigrants. He was born in Paterson, New Jersey, which is now still a very low-income area. It's where my grandfather was born, Kent Roth. And he was the son of a silk mill worker, and his father brought him to work and said, look at these horrible conditions. I want you to get an education so you don't have to deal with this. And sure enough, after his service in World War II, Frank Lautenberg partnered with several of his friends to found Automatic Data Processing. That's right, ADP. It's the company that processes all your paychecks. It's the largest payment processing company in the entire United States. Founded in the 50s, became a multimillionaire, but he never forgot his liberal roots. He was always an advocate for unions, for social insurance. It's why John Nichols, a reporter for The Nation, called him the last New Deal liberal, a man who grew up during the New Deal, who was part of that, quote, greatest generation, who was a multimillionaire, but never gave up his support for the social insurance programs, Medicare, Social Security, labor unions, and of course infrastructure. And in fact, that's why during the recession he called for a new Works Progress Administration to just put people to work. That's what he cared about. An honorable man who will be sorely missed, and who spoke his mind like a true man from New Jersey. People were going after him in his late old age for being too old, but originally apparently he ran against an older Republican back in the early 80s, and he attacked him for being old. That's New Jersey politics for you. You bring a knife to a knife fight. When Take Action News continues, we're going to be discussing a little bit about the implications of this. We're going to give some of the quotes from the eulogy, the hilarious eulogy that Joe Biden gave. And we're also going to be discussing some of the implications. Chris Christie has now appointed a temporary replacement, but he's also done something interesting in terms of the special election for a runoff to fill this seat. It's fascinating, the politics of this. And did Christie do something wrong here? Or was he just playing politics as normal in the great state of New Jersey? We'll discuss that and more when Take Action News continues after this.